I welcome you all in this session. Myself, Artita Lavlikar, Assistant Professor from PESS RSN College of Arts and Science, Ponda, Goa. Program Bachelor of Science, first years. Subject Botany. Semester 1. Course code BOG 101. Course title Environmental Biotechnology. Title of the unit Public Participation for Environmental Protection. Module name Women and Environmental Protection. In this module, you will be learning about women and environment, environmental degradation and its effect on women, role of women in environmental protection. By the completion of this module, you will be able to explain environmental degradation and its effect on women, and you will also be able to explain the role of women in environmental protection. Growing population and technological advancement are putting a strain on the environment and natural resources. Overexploitation of the resources like land, water, fuel, etc. has resulted in degradation of resources. Women have direct contact with natural resources like fuel, food, fodder, forest, water and land, especially in rural areas. Before 18th and 19th century, it was considered that women have no role in environmental conservation and promotion. But after spreading awareness about their rights and duties and taking note of their surrounding, they tried to raise voice against environmental degradation. Women and environment. Women are considered the primary users of natural resources because they are responsible for gathering food, fuel, and fodder. They interact more intensively with the natural environment. Women's direct contact with environment has acquainted them deep knowledge about the environment. They suffer most directly from the environmental problems. Shouldering their responsibility leads them to learn more about soil, plants, and trees and not to misuse them. They promote a new culture of respectful use and preservation of natural resources and the environment. They also ensure that the following generations can meet their needs. Women have always been the principal conservers of biodiversity. Even today, they perform duties such as seed selection, multiplication, and conservation. Environmental degradation and its effect on women. Women are considered to be the main victims of environmental degradation. In some areas, a few decades back, women went to fetch water from sources that were few feet away. But now, because of excessive mining and allied activities, they have to walk miles together. Studies have found an association between breast cancer and the pesticide DDT, that is dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, and DDE, that is dichloro-diphenyl dichloroethylene. One study by WHO has found that women who are exposed to pesticides face a higher risk of abortion. This kind of health problems cause women to feel more responsible regarding environmental issues. Moser in 1991 distinguished between three roles of women: as maintainers of the natural environment, as rehabilitators of the natural environment in the sense of sustainable development, as innovators in the use of appropriate technology in the creation of new environments. Role of women in conservation of environment. Women in agricultural and soil conservation. All over the world, women grow crops and also are engaged in livestock production like sheep, goat, and poultry. As victims of soil degradation, women have participated actively in soil conservation projects. Women in forest management and tree planting. The main sources of cooking fuel for most women in rural areas are from natural resources, intensive use of which can lead to deforestation, soil degradation, and air pollution. But there is a greater women participation seen in forest management through tree planting, protection, etc. Women's role in water resources management. Where women do not have access to the tap water, they make use of streams, rainwater, well, rivers, etc. At times, women also suffer because of water contamination, which has a lot of health hazards. Women are always at the center of the management of communal water resources and household water. Women's role in solid waste disposal. In the large cities, the amount of solid waste are increasing faster than the growth of population. As women are closer to the environment, they engage in environmental management by cleaning the environment. Women's role in environment protection. Today, women struggle against alarming global trends and are working together to effect change. They have established domestic and international non-governmental organizations. In India, the women realize that degradation of productive land has led to the erosion of topsoil, the choking of water drainage, and loss of food crops. They collectively leased degraded land and revived them through traditional farming. Women in conservation movements in India. Some examples of women in conservation movements in India are Amrita Devi. Several years ago, Amrita Devi protested to the felling of trees for building a palace for the Maharaja of Jodhpur. She died in the attempt, which was followed by large-scale protest by the local villagers. Gaura Devi. The Chipko movement started under the leadership of Gaura Devi. Medha Patkar. A popular environmentalist, she is known for her active role in the Narmada Bachao Andolan. Women have been involved in several governmental and non-governmental forestry and environment programs like Chipko movement, community forestry programs, social forestry programs, individual conservation programs, Keep the City Clean programs, Green India, Clean India programs, etc. Environmental movements by women around the world. Green Belt Movement. Wangari Maathai founded this movement involving 80,000 women in planting of trees. Kenyan land takeover. In the mid-1980s, women protested against the big foreign corporations who were controlling the production of land. Women's concern for nature around the world. Some examples are Rachel Carson, writer of Silent Spring, which exposed on the misinformation spread by the chemical industry and the use of synthetic pesticides like DDT. Wangari Maathai, founder of the Green Belt movement, which focused on the environmental conservation and women's rights of Kenya. Itasu Casey, she started the recycling movement called One Plastic Bag in the Gambia. Marina Silva. Marina Silva is a warrior for the Amazon forest in Brazil. From the high level to the grassroots, the 1992 UN Earth Summit, India's Chipko movement, and Kenya's Green Belt movement highlighted the role of women's voice and perspectives in sustainable development. Conservation of natural resources and promotion of environment cannot be done without involving the women. Practically being close to nature, women are always able to realize environmental issues better. It is necessary to consider their views in planning to save the environment and implementing projects for the same. References. Thank you.